Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel for another video. I am today doing another product review. Now, I don't know if you guys want to see more of these, but I'm really enjoying doing them and I think I'm getting better at this each time. So I'm going to remember to start the video off by saying that this is in absolutely no way sponsored by anybody, any brand. This is literally just a product that I have been using and I kind of wanted to talk about it because I know I've spoken to a lot of people who are interested in using it but didn't want to take the leap, or they didn't know about it or anything like that, or just weren't confident enough. So this is me kind of putting out there my experience and just seeing if it can help people, basically. So the product that I am talking about today is Voomie. Now, if you haven't heard of this, it is an influencer brand. It is done by Tara and Barry, and it is supposed to be a natural supplement for people with ADHD. So it's advertised as something that's made for people with busy brains. It's basically supposed to help with like clarity and focus, but also your energy levels and sleep as well, depending on what product you get. Now, I'm only going to be able to talk about the product that I have been trialing personally, so this is in no way a reflection of like the entire brand or every single product, but I can tell you what I have experienced and hopefully that kind of helps you. Now, the one that I have is their Flow Fuel in the flavor pineapple, because who doesn't love pineapple anything? Just putting that out there. Now, this does also come in a mixed berry flavor and vanilla, and you can buy it as like a reoccurring subscription type thing, or a double pack, a triple pack, and you can do like mixed packs and bundles where you mix either the Flow Fuel flavors together or like a Flow Fuel with another product and things like that. So heaps and heaps of options for what you can buy from the site. I also brought their shaker, which I'll pop a picture of up on the screen with the price and everything there. I actually really love their shaker. It's so well made. It's also just the cutest color. I have the purple one, and it's brilliant. I will say the only thing that annoys me about it is that I drive around with it in my car when it's empty and it rattles, and that's literally nothing to do with the brand. That's just a pet peeve of the fact that I drive around with an empty shaker cup in my car. So I'll start off straight up with the price for just a singular purchase, which is what I did, and it is $69.95 Australian dollars to just buy one of these bad boys, which is what I have. And honestly, I really like this product. I do have a few issues with it, but nothing big enough to stop me repurchasing it. Just off the bat, this is something that I am going to continue using. I might try the other flavors, but honestly, I think the pineapple is going to be the best for me. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But I'm just going to have a little bit of a chat with you guys about what I have experienced since using Voomie. Now, I will just start off by saying that I am not diagnosed with ADHD in any way, shape or form. I do have people that I'm close with and members in my family that are, and it is something that I am looking into for myself this year to potentially see if that diagnosis is something that suits me. But regardless, I do have a very busy mind. I do struggle in a lot of ways with my productivity and sleeping and just being able to stay focused and stay motivated on things. So I thought that I wanted to give this a try just to see if it would help me. Now, the Flow Fuel specifically is supposed to target your focus, your energy, and your mood. And I find that it does do all of these things. Now, I get very kind of like antsy when I'm bored, especially, and I get a little bit, I'm not going to say like destructive, but I have to move. I have to do something with my hands, whether that's like playing with things, pulling things apart and putting them back together, just that kind of anything that's like repetitive to keep my mind and my hands busy. And I do find that on a day that I've had Voomie, my mind is a lot quieter, I want to say. Maybe not quieter, but certainly a little bit more organized. So I still have the same thoughts and the same amount of thoughts that I typically deal with, but I do find it easier to put them in order and kind of sort through them compared to a day where I haven't had Voomie. And then also in the physical aspect of things, I do find that I have less of that physical urge to be like fucking with shit. That's the best way that I can say it, is that sometimes, like especially when I'm horrifically bored, I just like I want to touch things, I want to play with things, I want to move things around, be annoying in that way, and I have far, far less of those urges on days where I have my Voomie, so I'm sure that I am not the only one who appreciates that. I know that my workmates really do too, because it's like, why are you tapping that pen? Why are you clicking? Why are you playing with this thing? I've asked you to put that down, and I'm like, I just can't. But there's less of that. It's not eliminated, but it's less, and there's certainly like less noise going on in my brain that's telling me to do those things. So I am going to say that in that way, Voomie does work for me, and Voomie has been a really great kind of relief in that sense. I do think it's something that sort of builds up over time, because if I take this sporadically, like if I have a drink one morning on a Monday and then I don't have it again until the Friday, it's not really going to do too much for me. But I do find if I have it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, by the time I get to Thursday, it's kind of there and it's becoming routine and my brain is used to it. So I do think that it's something that is not just like a one and done deal. You definitely feel some sort of effect immediately, or you know, in the day that you've had it, but I do think the longer that you use this product and the more regularly you use it, if you keep it as part of your normal routine, it is going to work better for you. While I've got the very cute packaging in front of me, I just wanted to read off a couple of little things on the label that really appealed to me when I was looking for a product to try. Now this here has on the back that it is vegan, it's all natural, dairy-free, gluten-free, and refined sugar-free. Now especially if you know me, the dairy-free option is really important to me at the moment, because I suffer with migraines that are triggered by dairy. So this is great. I do typically mix this with some form of juice, because I will just say there is a bit of a weird aftertaste with this that I'm not a fan of. Now, other people, you might not experience that. You might love the taste. It might not bother you. For me, the actual taste of it is nice. There's just this little bit of an aftertaste that's not my favorite. So I typically have this with apple juice, and because this is pineapple flavored, it makes like a really nice kind of tropical concoction. It's really good. I have this regularly. I've tried a couple of other juices, like I had cranberry and pineapple for a while, but I find that I like this so much better when I have it with apple, so that is my go-to. Now the directions for use of this is to mix 5 grams into 200 to 250 mils of your chosen liquid. So I typically do 200 mils of apple juice and 1 scoop, or a little bit under a full scoop of Voomie. That's just how I prefer to do it. You can do it a little bit different if that's what you like, but that's what the instructions on the back say, is 5 grams with 200 to 250 mils of water, juice, or your favorite beverage in the morning to help you get in the flow. Make sure you reseal after use. And that is the next thing that I want to talk about, is the seal on these bad boys. They do not fuck around, okay? I very rarely actually have mine closed like this. I only did it for the video because I will say it's damn near impossible to get open. I'm gonna do it on camera here for you, but I do not close this thing all the way because I struggle to get this open. See that? That's actually surprisingly easy. That's the first time I've done that in a long time, but usually it's a bit of like a twisting game to kind of get it to release. And then this cap here, you cannot get this open without like a spoon or something. Every time I open this, I use a teaspoon to pop it open. Like, I'm not gonna be able to get this open. Oh, ow. Okay, at least you know that your children are not gonna accidentally get into this, okay? That is my first thought. No one's gonna accidentally stumble their way into this packaging because it is sealed frickin' tight. But I do typically leave my lid just like halfway on so that I don't have to argue with it, because a lot of the time when I get up for work in the morning, I'm getting up at 4 a.m, 3 a.m. Yeah, about 3:30 is when I get up for work, and the last thing that I want to do is struggle with this packaging. So I leave my lid about halfway off, and because there's that seal cap inside, it's not a problem with the product. I will just say, because this is so hard to open, if you're a person that has like mobility issues or grip issues, anything like that, this might not be the best product for you. You might have to have someone help you, oh god, open this cap section, and maybe if that's going to be a problem for you, just leave this cap off because it's going to stay sealed. by itself. That's not going to be a problem, but just keep that in mind. If you're someone who has like a bit of weakness in their hands or in their joints or anything like that, this lid could potentially be very difficult for you to get off and you may need help. Now, one of the other products that they have is called their Bedtime Bliss. Now, I haven't tried this yet, but I would really like to. It does seem like more of a warm drink kind of thing. It's supposed to help you sleep, relax, and refresh. So those are all really interesting to me. And again, it comes in 3 flavors. It comes in chocolate, vanilla caramel, and cookies and cream. So if you've tried this one, can you please leave a comment down below and let me know if you've found that this works for you. This is kind of next on my list to try out. And then looking through the website, I have just seen that they've brought out capsule versions of these as well. So if you're a person who's not into like a daily drink or anything like that and you would prefer to take a pill or a capsule, they look like they have that as an option as well. And all of these options are the exact same price. They are the $69.95 each. So whether that's the Flow Fuel, the Bedtime Bliss, or the capsules, you're all paying the exact same thing for the same product, just in its various forms, which honestly, I really like. I like that you can kind of flick back and forth between a capsule and a drink depending on maybe how busy you are or what kind of time you have in the day, where you're going to be, because I do run into sometimes with my Voomie, if I'm getting up at 3 a.m. for work, I don't want to shake the shit out of my shaker inside the house and wake everybody up. So I've got to wait until I'm in the car, or I've got to wait until I'm at work, and sometimes that does lead me to forget. So the option that they have these capsules now could be great for a morning like that when I'm prone to forgetting or just don't want to waste time sort of thing. So while I haven't tried them, I will say it's actually quite nice to have that option now. I'm going to make sure I pop a link to the website in the description box so that you guys can go and check it out by yourselves. Just do your own research before you commit to anything like that. And if you have any worries about how it might impact any medications or anything that you're on, please make sure you talk to your doctor. Don't take my word for it. I am not a medical physician. I can't even speak English half the time. So regardless, it's a good brand. I think the products are good. It's still a very, very young brand, and they do re-release things as they kind of get feedback from people, which is nice. I saw that they have re-released their chocolate Bedtime Bliss because some people complained about an aftertaste for it, so they've brought it out differently. And I love brands that listen to people and actually try and make changes based on how their audience has reacted to things. So I will say that Tara and Barry are doing a fantastic job in that space. You know, this product is completely natural, completely Australian made as far as I'm aware, and it just does seem to work, which is probably the main thing. Now, like I said, I'm not diagnosed with ADHD or anything like that, but I would love to see how this product compares against like medication for ADHD. My husband is, and he takes medication for his, but I would kind of like to see if he would be willing to take a day off taking his medication and try Voomie instead, just to see what the comparison feels like for him. Now, I know that there's probably I don't know if you really can compare like an all-natural product to like an actual pharmaceutical, but I would be really, really interested just to see how someone felt, someone who is medicated, if they tried Voomie without their medication, to see how it worked for them and whether they thought that it was something that may work for people who are not keen on medications. It's just really an interesting space for me, I think. I'm not sure if they've done any trials or anything like that, the brand I mean, but if they did, I would be really interested to read about that and learn about that just to see. Maybe I'll try and ask Mark if he'd like to try it one day. Dunno, that's just like one of my random thoughts that comes with trying a thing like this. Now, I have been using Voomie for probably about 6 or 8 months at this point, to be honest, so it's not like I have taken this for a month and gone, oh my god, this is so great. Like, I actually really, really like this product. I do have my periods where I stop using it for a while and then I'll come back onto it and things like that. So it's definitely something that you can pick and choose depending on what kind of period you're in, whether it's something you feel like you need or not. It's definitely not a you have to take it all the time or you never take it, you know? But yeah, so this is my little mini review on Voomie. Let me know if you have tried this product and if you like it, or if you didn't like it. I'm always keen to see other people's points of view. I think my only issue with this product is the fact that I do have that weird little aftertaste that I'm not a fan on, and the problem that I have with opening it. But you know, that could just be a me thing. I'm not going to use that as a way to like slam the brand or anything like that. I think maybe it's probably done like that for a very certain reason. Probably so. People and children who aren't supposed to get into this can't get into this, but I don't know. I think personally I could probably do with a packaging lid that's just slightly less tight. Like I said, I'm not going to use it to slam the brand by any means. This is just my experience and my opinion. Lots of people probably absolutely love it exactly the way it is, and I love it enough that I'm going to keep using it regardless of those couple of little niggly things that I experience with it, because I think it's worth it. I think it works great. I think it tastes pretty damn good, minus the little aftertaste thing, and I love that it's made by people who seem, at least, because we don't really know people who are online influencers, but they seem just so genuine and lovely, and they're very, very passionate about what they do in this space. So I'm keen to see where they go from here and what else they bring out, because I think being such a young brand, they've got so much ahead of them in a really, really big space where they can learn and grow and develop a lot of new things. So very exciting. I like this product. If you like this product, please let me know down in the comments. If you want to try it, maybe they could see this video and sponsor me, and that would be really cool. It's never going to happen, but I can dream. Like I say in every video, if you want more of my content, make sure you subscribe. Leave me a like and a comment if you want to have a discussion. I am always around to answer wherever I can. And if you want to see more of me, I will be back next Sunday at 7 AM Brisbane time, because that is when I upload. If you've made it this far, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Maybe go and try out some Voomie. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Bye!